Did you know that one wrong morning drink can triple your morning drink stroke risk? I'm Harold Bennett, and I used to harm myself by skipping senior hydration tips. If you're over 65 and among high blood pressure seniors, don't look away. Tap like, comment, I'm ready, and stay until the end to discover habit number 1 that will transform your elderly wisdom for heart health and boost your stroke prevention for seniors. Have you ever imagined that sunrise could be the most dangerous moment of your day? I'm Harold Bennett, and one morning I lived that nightmare. After 8 hours of sleep, I jumped out of bed and rushed to pour my first cup of coffee. Minutes later, I felt a dagger-like headache, my blood pressure spiked to 160/100, and my hands shook so badly I could barely stand. In sheer panic, I called Dr. Greg C. Fonero, MD, Interim Chief of UCLA Cardiology, Director of the Amundsen UCLA Cardiomyopathy Center, Co-Director of the UCLA Preventive Cardiology Program, and Professor at the David Geffen School of Medicine. With over 1,400 publications on stroke prevention for seniors and leading research on high blood pressure in seniors, he's the ultimate authority. Dr. Fonero appeared on my screen and said, "Harold, you just experienced a classic morning drink stroke risk. That first sip of coffee without hydration increased your blood viscosity by 15% and drove your blood pressure to dangerous levels, perfect conditions for a clot to form." He cited the latest JNC-8 guidelines and AHA 2025 data, emphasizing that skipping senior hydration tips in the first 30 minutes of waking can triple stroke odds for older adults. That was the low point of my J-curve, from careless to catastrophic. Dr. Fonero stressed the power of a simple habit: drink 250 milliliters of warm water before any caffeinated or sugary beverage. He explained how dehydration and stroke are linked, how blood thickness and cortisol spikes endanger your brain, and why even a small change can protect your heart and mind. Immediately, I set a daily reminder, downloaded the best hydration app for seniors, and began tracking my water intake, blood pressure, and heart rate. In just 1 week, I stabilized at 125/80 and a calm 65 to 70 BPM, proof that embracing elderly wisdom for heart health works. If I, a man who once ignored these tips, can reset my routine, you can too. Comment, I'm starting, to join our 7-day morning reset challenge and receive a free PDF tracker. Start your journey to better heart health and true stroke prevention for seniors today. Have you ever wondered why that first cup of coffee feels so harmless yet can be so dangerous? I'm Harold Bennett, and I tested this for myself. After my wake-up J-curve moment, I decided to see what happens when I drink caffeine before hydrating. On the very first morning, I poured my coffee immediately and then watched my blood pressure climb to 148/92 within 30 minutes. My head throbbed, my heart raced, and I experienced the classic signs of morning drink stroke risk. Skipping senior hydration tips turned my healthy morning routine into a recipe for disaster. Studies on dehydration and stroke show that losing just 1 to 2% of your body's water overnight can increase blood viscosity by up to 15%. Adding a diuretic like caffeine on top of that thickened blood creates the perfect storm for a clot to form, especially in high blood pressure seniors. This isn't just about jitters, it's about real stroke prevention for seniors that starts with what you drink first. I reached out to Dr. Greg C. Fonero, MD, Interim Chief of UCLA Cardiology, Director of the Amundsen UCLA Cardiomyopathy Center, and a leading researcher with over 1,400 publications on cardiovascular health. He confirmed, consuming coffee before water in the morning amplifies dehydration and stroke risk. Even moderate caffeine spiking can trigger dangerous pressure surges. Determined to apply elderly wisdom for heart health, I crafted a low-sugar iced coffee recipe and shifted to a water-first approach. Drink 250 milliliters of warm water immediately upon waking. Wait 15 to 20 minutes to allow proper absorption and circulation. Prepare DIY cold brew by steeping 100 g of quality grounds in 1 L of room temperature water for 12 hours, then dilute 1 part concentrate with 2 parts filtered water. Add unsweetened almond milk, skipping syrups to avoid sugar and stroke risk, and hidden sodium in creamers risks. I tracked my progress using the best hydration app for seniors, logging water intake, blood pressure, and heart rate each morning. Within 1 week, my readings stabilized at 125/80, and my resting heart rate settled at 65 to 70 BPM. No more pounding chest or dizziness, just steady, reliable energy. This experience taught me a critical natural way to lower BP: don't rush into caffeine. A simple habit change in your healthy morning routine can dramatically reduce morning drink stroke risk and help prevent heart attack symptoms later in life. If I, a man who once ignored these warnings, can reset my routine, so can you. Comment water first below to commit to this change. Join the 7-Day Morning Reset Challenge, download your free PDF tracker, and start your journey toward lasting stroke prevention for seniors. Have you ever thought that skipping breakfast could silently push you into a morning drink stroke risk, even if you follow every other senior hydration tip? I'm Harold Bennett, and I once watched my dear friend Eleanor, 70, collapse after delaying breakfast. She started her mornings with lemon water and gentle stretches but postponed eating until near noon. One day, she experienced crushing chest pain and profuse sweating as her blood pressure soared to 170 to 105. Rushed to the ER, she narrowly escaped a transient ischemic attack, a wake-up call that changed her life. Research on dehydration and stroke explains why. After 8 to 10 hours without food, your body's blood sugar plummets, triggering a surge of cortisol and adrenaline to compensate. In high blood pressure seniors, this stress hormone spike raises pressure in your arteries, thickens blood, and increases sugar and stroke risk by making platelets more likely to clump. Add the absence of fiber and protein from a missed meal, and you get dangerous glucose swings and clot-friendly conditions, textbook stroke prevention for seniors gone wrong. Dr. Greg C. Fonero, MD, Interim Chief of UCLA Cardiology, Director of the Amundsen UCLA Cardiomyopathy Center, Co-Director of the UCLA Preventive Cardiology Program, and a leading author of over 1,400 cardiovascular studies, emphasizes in AHA guidelines that a balanced healthy morning routine must include a light meal. Skipping breakfast or eating too late forces your body to use stress hormones for fuel, he explains. That pattern undermines elderly wisdom for heart health, elevates heart attack symptoms, and raises stroke odds. The good news is you can fix it with simple, natural ways to lower BP. 1. Eat within 60 minutes of waking. Aim for 200 to 300 calories combining complex carbs and protein, such as a banana with nut butter or whole grain toast topped with Greek yogurt. 2. Add fiber and healthy fats. Mix a tablespoon of chia or flax seeds into oatmeal or a smoothie to slow glucose absorption. 3. Enjoy a small portion of unsalted nuts, almonds or walnuts, for heart-healthy omega-3. 4. Drink an additional 100 to 150 milliliters of water or herbal tea with your meal to stay within senior hydration tips. 5. Track your progress using the best hydration app for seniors, logging both your water intake and blood pressure to maintain accountability. I tested this protocol with Eleanor over 2 weeks. She swapped her usual coffee-only morning for a balanced mini breakfast of oatmeal, berries, and nuts plus a glass of water. Her reading stabilized at 130/80, she felt less dizzy, and her energy soared. That transformation proved that one small change, adding a simple breakfast, can interrupt the vicious cycle of cortisol spikes and blood thickening. If you're delaying your first meal, you're also delaying your body's defense against morning drink stroke risk. Instead, embrace elderly wisdom for heart health by feeding your brain and heart first. Comment breakfast first below to commit to this change. Join our 7-Day Morning Reset Challenge, download your free PDF tracker, and take your next step in true stroke prevention for seniors. Have you ever woken up and immediately reached for your phone or TV, only to feel your heart racing before you even get out of bed? I'm Harold Bennett, and I watched this exact morning routine nearly cost my neighbor, Mrs. Margaret, 68, her health. Every sunrise, she'd check headlines and messages first thing, and within minutes, her blood pressure spiked, and she felt her heart pound against her chest. This seemingly harmless habit is a hidden morning drink stroke risk, even when you follow other senior hydration tips. Research on dehydration and stroke confirms it. In the first 30 minutes after waking, your blood pressure naturally runs higher. If you shock your system with stressful news, cortisol and adrenaline surge, causing your arteries to constrict and blood to thicken, perfect conditions for a clot to form. For high blood pressure seniors, this combination can trigger a stroke or mimic heart attack symptoms. Dr. Greg C. Fonero, MD. Interim Chief of UCLA Cardiology and co-author of over 1,400 cardiovascular studies, warns that exposure to stressors first thing in the morning amplifies sugar and stroke risk by increasing blood viscosity and hormone spikes. The AHA 2023 guidelines on stroke prevention for seniors emphasize a calm, healthy morning routine, not an immediate digital detox. To counteract this, integrate these natural ways to lower BP into your sunrise. 1. Begin with 3 minutes of silence before touching any screen. Let your circulation and mind wake up gently. 2. Drink 250 milliliters of water to follow senior hydration tips. This flushes out overnight thickness and stabilizes your pressure. 3. Perform 5 minutes of light stretching or bedside breathing exercises to boost oxygen flow to your brain and heart, reinforcing elderly wisdom for heart health. I guided Mrs. Margaret through this digital sunrise routine. Within 7 days, she reported no more pounding heartbeats when checking her phone, and her blood pressure settled at a steady 130/80. She felt calmer, clearer, and more in control of her morning stress. If you're still wiring your brain to adrenaline and tension first thing, comment "screen-free" to commit to 3 minutes of tech-free peace each morning. Track your progress with the best hydration app for seniors and download our free PDF checklist. This simple shift can dramatically reduce your morning drink stroke risk and safeguard your journey toward lasting stroke prevention for seniors. Have you ever delayed that first trip to the bathroom after waking up, thinking, just a few more minutes, without considering the hidden risks? I'm Harold Bennett, and I watched this harmless habit become a serious morning drink stroke risk for my friend Eleanor, 72, and for many high blood pressure seniors. One morning, Eleanor held her bladder while watching the news. 10 minutes later she felt dizzy, her head pounding, and her blood pressure spiked to 165/100. Rushed to the ER, she narrowly avoided a full-blown stroke. Research on dehydration and stroke explains why. An overfull bladder triggers a surge of cortisol and adrenaline, constricting blood vessels and thickening the blood. That combination raises sugar and stroke risk, mimicking heart attack symptoms and undermining stroke prevention for seniors. When you ignore your body's signals, you're ignoring your healthy morning routine and the elderly wisdom for heart health passed down through generations. Dr. Greg C. Fonero, MD, Interim Chief of UCLA Cardiology and author of over 1,400 cardiovascular studies, confirms that delaying urination is a mechanical and hormonal stressor. He recommends natural ways to lower BP by honoring your body's cues immediately. Here's a simple protocol I tested. 1. Drink 100 to 150 milliliters of water as soon as you wake up, following senior hydration tips and jumpstarting kidney function. 2. Head to the bathroom right away, no more holding it in. 3. Practice deep breathing for 10 seconds before and after to calm your system and stabilize pressure. I tracked my routine with the best hydration app for seniors, logging bladder breaks, water intake, and morning blood pressure. Within 5 days, my reading steadied at 130/85, and I felt more alert. If you've been postponing that first bathroom break, comment "No more holding" to commit to this change. Download our free checklist and join the 7-day morning reset to build a truly healthy morning routine and reinforce your stroke prevention for seniors. Have you ever leaped out of bed like a rocket, only to feel dizzy and your heart pounding? I'm Harold Bennett, and I discovered that standing up too fast can turn even a healthy morning routine into a serious morning drink stroke risk. One morning, after completing my 7-day morning reset, I shot upright the moment I opened my eyes. Instantly, my vision blurred, my head spun, and my heart raced, classic orthostatic hypotension. My blood pressure dropped too quickly, depriving my brain of oxygen and putting me at risk for a stroke. Research published in the European Heart Journal shows that a rapid postural change can cause blood pressure to plummet by 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury within seconds. For high blood pressure seniors, whose arteries are often stiff and less responsive, this sudden drop and rebound amplify dehydration and stroke risk. A vulnerable brain deprived of blood flow can trigger clot formation and mimic heart attack symptoms, undermining all your efforts in stroke prevention for seniors. Dr. Greg C. Ifanaro, MD, Interim Chief of UCLA Cardiology, Co-Director of the Preventive Cardiology Program, and author of over 1,400 cardiovascular studies, warns that orthostatic hypotension is not just a nuisance, it's a glaring sign you're ignoring your body's need for a gradual transition. Embracing elderly wisdom for heart health means respecting the time your circulation needs to adjust. To counteract this hidden danger, I developed the Water and Rise protocol, a proven natural way to lower BP and safeguard your mornings. 1. Upon waking, drink 150 milliliters of warm water to kickstart circulation, following essential senior hydration tips. 2. Sit on the edge of the bed for 30 seconds with both feet flat on the floor, inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6, giving your heart time to adapt. 3. Stand slowly over a 3-second count, keeping your gaze forward and using the bedside rail only if necessary. I track my progress with the best hydration app for seniors, logging water intake, blood pressure, and heart rate each morning. Within 10 days, my reading stabilized at 125/80 and a resting pulse of 65 to 70 BPM. No more dizziness, no more pounding chest, just a steady, reliable start to every day. If you've ever felt lightheaded or disoriented upon rising, comment "Safe Rise" to pledge to this simple routine. Download our free PDF checklist to lock in your Water and Rise steps and cement a truly healthy morning routine. By slowing down and hydrating first, you're taking a powerful step in stroke prevention for seniors and honoring the time-tested elderly wisdom for heart health. Let's protect our brains and hearts together, one slow rise at a time. You and I have navigated a complete transformation, from ignoring harmless-seeming habits to embracing true stroke prevention for seniors. Now, let's distill all our elderly wisdom for heart health into 5 practical steps, your personal Switch Smart plan to neutralize every morning drink stroke risk. I remember Mrs. Eleanor, age 72, doubting that water before coffee or a quick breakfast mattered. But after adopting senior hydration tips, exploring natural ways to lower BP, and trying our digital sunrise routine and Water and Rise protocols, her blood pressure steadied at 130/80, her resting heart rate dropped to 65 to 70 BPM, and she no longer felt dizzy mornings. Throughout this journey, we exposed how dehydration increases blood viscosity and elevates hypertension, classic dehydration and stroke danger. Confronted sugar and stroke risk by delaying breakfast and drinking sugary lattes. Then switched to our low-sugar iced coffee recipe to avoid sodium in creamers risks and artificial sweeteners health effects. Tackled screen stress that spikes cortisol and constricts vessels, undermining healthy morning routine goals. Addressed holding urine and rushing out of bed, which trigger heart attack symptoms and orthostatic hypotension, then applied Water and Rise to stabilize circulation. Now, integrate these 5 steps naturally. 1. Drink 250 milliliters of warm water immediately to counter morning drink stroke risk and kickstart circulation. 2. Wait 15 to 20 minutes before caffeine, use our low-sugar iced coffee recipe if desired. 3. Eat a light snack within 60 minutes of waking, combining fiber and protein to steady glucose. 4. Spend 3 silent minutes before checking screens, practicing deep breaths to calm cortisol. 5. Rise slowly, drink another 150 milliliters, sit for 30 seconds, then stand over 3 seconds, guarding against blood pressure crashes. Track every step with the best hydration app for seniors, logging water intake, blood pressure, and heart rate. Comment "Switch Smart" to commit. Every small choice today builds a stronger foundation for lasting stroke prevention for seniors and true elderly wisdom for heart health. Imagine holding the key to prevent the most vulnerable, golden hour of your morning, the first few minutes that determine the fate of your heart and brain. I'm Harold Bennett, and together with Mrs. Eleanor, we've proven the power of small changes: that first glass of water, a light breakfast, a moment of silence before screens, and a slow, mindful rise. Her blood pressure and heart rate stabilized, and she no longer experiences morning dizziness or anxiety. This is true stroke prevention for seniors and embodies elderly wisdom for heart health. Now, I invite you to join the 7-Day Morning Reset Challenge and transform every morning drink stroke risk into a safe habit. 1. Drink 250 milliliters of warm water immediately upon waking. 2. Wait 15 to 20 minutes before enjoying coffee or tea. 3. Eat a light snack within the first 60 minutes. 4. Sit in silence and take deep breaths before checking your phone. 5. Rise slowly, with an extra 150 milliliters of water by your side. You're not alone. Comment "I'm IN" to receive a free PDF tracker with step-by-step guidance. Download the best hydration app for seniors from the link below to log your metrics and routines. Don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Stories with Harold and join our Facebook group Living Healthy with Harold for ongoing support, shared experiences, and community inspiration. Every sunrise is your chance to write the next chapter of your health story. Create a truly healthy morning routine to protect your heart and brain. Start tomorrow, because one small habit today can save a lifetime.